45-minute drive for you to get over to Oakland. I don't want you to go all the way over there, knock on the door, and nobody answers. Okay. But if they're right down the street, yes, I do want you to do that. But what I am expecting is I'm expecting of you to call everybody in the geographic area that you've identified. That's for sure. So that's the only little change to with what you said. So I want to make sure, Anne, that we understand that part.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right. Any other questions? All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go through. I'm gonna do a quick little role play, Lizette. If I can get you to unmute, and then that way we can go ahead and role play real quick.
Okay.
So what I want you to do is I just want you to be rude and obnoxious. So like basically like as if though you're just not giving me any responses. Okay. So here we go. Very first call, the for sale by owner Lizette shows up on the system. I go through, I give her a call, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi. Where are you guys going to next?
Well, I'm not sure why that matters.
Well, my job as a realtor is just to get to know all of the properties that are in the MLS, including properties that are off the MLS. For example, your home. Now I must ask you, are you interested in entertaining any offers from outside realtors?
Yeah, we are.
Now, as far as the selling of this home, do you currently reside in the home, or is this a rental property?
No, we reside there.
Got it. Okay, so you guys are living there now. So when you sell this place again, where are you guys planning to move to?
Do you have an offer for us, or I'm confused?
It's okay. Again, my name is Robert. I'm a local realtor. I don't have an offer for you. I probably don't even have a buyer for you. My job is to get to know the inventory. However, I do have a buyer inventory that's looking for homes here in the area. Can you describe your home for me a little bit? I do see here it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet. How much are you asking for, by the way, on the home?
We put it on the market for about 500.
So 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 500,000. But what are some other special features about your home that I can share with my client?
Well, we just redid the pool, so the pool is I mean, it looks almost new. And I mean, we also redid the kitchen as well. So we have the flooring all throughout the kitchen and repainted the cabinets. So, I mean, we did some touch-ups to it before we put it on the market.
You got the pool redone. You did some flooring. You also did some touch up on the cabinets, is what you said?
Right.
And then how soon are you wanting to be into your next home, by the way?
You know, we're not in a whole rush. We just want to make sure that we get what we want.
So in this, now Lizette just goes click, not interested, buy. That's it. What do I do now? Do I go in the corner and cry? No, I don't. What I do is I basically just let my foot off the gas. I don't bug the heck out of her. I see here she's actually down the street, or, you know, at least a 2-minute, 5-minute drive. I'm going to get my butt in the car in the next 30 to 45 minutes, and I'm going to go over there and I'm going to knock on the door. Hi there. My name is Robert. I'm a local realtor. I called you earlier today. Was it you that I was speaking with? Yeah, the reason I stopped by is because I was actually working with another client just down the street, and it came to mind about your property. I figure I'd take a minute to stop on by because I know that you had mentioned to me that it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, it's got a swimming pool. You talked about the flooring, so on and so forth. Now I'm going to further the conversation going back to Craig's. I'm going to have the sheets, a clipboard, and I'm just going to simply fill in the information. And if she's continuing to be rude and she closes the door, not interested, thanks. Yeah, we're good right now. What I'm now going to do, going back to Anne's question, I'm going to call her next week. And next week, I'm going to go through I didn't get her name. Okay, let's say I didn't get her name and I don't know her name. I'm going to go through. Hi there, this is Robert. I'm actually the realtor that stopped by your home last week. Yeah, yep, exactly. That's me. Well, I was just giving you a call. I just wanted to follow up. Just wanted to see if you've gotten your property sold. Oh, you haven't? Okay, great. Now, I know that you mentioned to me that your goal was to move over to another home. Now, I didn't get a chance to ask you where exactly is it that you're wanting to move to. All I'm doing is I didn't get this question asked, and all I'm doing is filling in the blank. She could further with the direction of, I told you we're not interested. Or guess what? Maybe last week when I spoke to her, she just got in a fight with her significant other. Or maybe she ended up dropping coffee on her blouse and she's irritated at the fact that I'm calling her. Maybe she's running behind and she's running late. She's not doing with what it is that she's supposed to be doing. She's frazzled, and I called her at that moment. We take all of this negative energy sometimes personally. And all I'm going to do is week after week after week after week, continue to just further down this information. Now, why is this important? The reason why this is important, I need you to understand this. The reason why this is important is because after that first week, your competition, okay, your competition has dwindled down. Remember, I said by the second week, not on the second week, by the second week, they've gotten, depending on where you're at, between 50, 75, 100, maybe even as many as 200 calls. But on the second week, that number drastically drops. And maybe there's 10, 15, 20, maybe 30 realtors that are calling in that second week. Then that third week, maybe now at that point in time, it further goes down. And now in that third week, you might be competing with 5 to 10 realtors. Then in that fourth week, now you're competing with 4, 5, 6, or 7 realtors. Then in that fifth week, you're now competing with 2 to 5 realtors. Then in continuous after that, it is nothing more than the 2 to 5 of you that's left. And if I continue, which I should be, continuing to follow up with Lizette week after week after week after week, what's going to eventually happen, whether that be week 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, Lizette's going to say, you know what, you're pretty aggressive. I am. And when you do hire a realtor, don't you want a realtor that's going to be as tenacious as I am? Just imagine there being a buyer that shows interest on your property. This is the exact same approach I'm going to be taking with them. Okay. So I just want to make sure that we understand the methodology behind what I'm talking about. I'm going to continue to break it down. I'm going to continue to go into more depth. I'm going to continue to go over all of these different things on how to create a what I call as a for sale by owner profile sheet, which I'll talk about tomorrow. Okay.
So Deborah is asking if there's a reason that you don't check the tax records before going out there to get the owner's name.
Yeah, I don't do that because I already know you guys. What ends up happening, you guys go through and you do this research. Lizette, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Okay, it's got a pool. Ooh, wow. Yeah, this is a nice house. All right, well, okay. Yeah, I have all the information. I'm good. Let me give her a call. Ring, 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 ring. No answer. Okay, let me look at the next one. Okay, 456 Banana Street. Bob and Mary Jones. The point that I'm making is you guys take too much time on the research. Don't bother with the research. Just ask them. Okay. By the way, I didn't get your name. What was your name? Lizette? Oh, perfect. Again, my name is Robert. So I don't want you to go through that because everything I just described, and I did that in a 30-second window. Some of you are taking 30 minutes to do the research. I don't want you guys doing that. That is not effective and that is not efficient because in that you're going to have 2 contacts an hour. So that's the reason for that. I appreciate the question though, Deborah. Anything else? We got 30 seconds before I wrap it up.
Yeah, I just slight comment on it. But yeah, you're right. It's just about getting too invested, like watching yourself become too invested in that research. So I think with you, it's just about, okay, picking it up, and then just continue going until you get a fish. And then now you're investing a little bit more time.
Yeah, the other thing too is I don't want to psych myself up. I've gone through the position where I'm going through and I'm just dialing away 200,000, 500,000, 400,000, 700,000, 600,000, 800,000, 400,000, 5 million. What? Oh my gosh, I'm going to call $5 million home. And then you get all nervous. I don't do that. All I do is just focus. I treat the person, whether it's 150 or 150 million, the exact same. I don't want to psych myself up. And when I set the appointment and then I go, oh my gosh, this is a $5 million property. Oh, shoot. Heck yeah. Okay. So I don't want you guys going through doing too much research. I don't want you guys psyching yourself up or psyching yourself down. I don't want to call this place. This is a dump. Because sometimes those for sale by owner dumps, which is the $50,000 dirt lot in the middle of nowhere, they also have 100 more. And then with those other 100 more parcels, they also have 15, 20 apartment complexes. But some of you guys find yourself in this extra research. Okay, so Deborah, I appreciate the question. I appreciate with where you're coming from. I don't want you guys doing any further research other than picking up the phone, calling them, and calling them week after week after week. I'm going to set you guys up with an entire system. By the time we get to next Thursday, you'll have an entire system. You're going to have a for sale by owner system. You're going to have a profile sheet. You're going to have, what do we do when we knock on the door? What do we do when we do the preview? When should we preview? We're going to go over all of this stuff, but you got to keep tuning in. Okay. And I need your help to continue to grow this audience. Okay. We go like this. Okay. Some days we have 12 people, other days we have 75 people. Okay. I want to get to, by the end of the year, like I said, I want to have 100 people day after day after day after day. So hopefully you guys are seeing value. I appreciate you guys for being here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a powerful and productive one. See you soon.